Hi, everybody. I'm Neil from the Your Grey Matters podcast. Welcome back. Welcome to this wonderful Canadian winter. Soon it'll be over. Hey, everybody. I just got back from an amazing conference. As you know, on this podcast, we love great people with amazing ideas. We love disruptive technologies, and we love things that disrupt the way that we do things normally. And I heard this great speaker, his name's Jay Dollywall, and he said, have you ever thought about the fact that everything ever created in this world emanated from someone's imagination? And tonight, we have two really, really wonderful guys to come on the show. They've got great minds. They both have, obviously, a terrific imagination. You'll understand what I mean over the next few minutes. And the topic today, however, is more of a troubling one. It's something that people do not like talking about over dinner because it's about Canadian housing market. Everybody knows somebody who's having a rough time getting into the market. Our national average house price is between $600,000 and $700,000. Things have improved maybe slightly, but home ownership still consumes a big portion of household income. We have today Andrew and Chris, Andrew Murray, Chris Beckwith. They're the founders of an organization. Now get this, folks, a nonprofit organization where they want to build attainable housing. They're the founders of a company, or a foundation actually, called Neighbours Foundation. And I brought them here tonight to talk about their mission, their model, and I want to know if this can actually work. So I'm curious. As you know, I have a mortgage background, I've funded projects, and I'm curious about what these great guys are thinking. And I've known Andrew Murray for years. Andrew is an entrepreneur. He's a custom home builder, a Red Seal journeyman electrician, and he's got a really good background in construction management and real estate investment. He's led large-scale residential projects and brings hands-on technology and project oversight experience to the organization. He's not a neophyte. Chris Beckwith, he's also an entrepreneur. He's been in the roofing industry. He's a leader with that. He's got more than 30 years of experience, including 20 years of experience in ownership and leadership roles. He combines hands-on technical expertise in sales, operations, and business growth experience. And they present themselves publicly as founding directors of a non-for-profit organization called Neighbours Foundation. It was formed in 2025 with the goal of developing, get this folks, missing middle housing and helping first-time buyers achieve home ownership. Fellas, welcome to the Your Grey Matters podcast.
Thanks for having us, Neil.
Very glad to have you both. Andrew, you're welcome. Andrew, I'm going to start with you, and let's just talk about it. What is your foundation trying to do? What's the purpose of this?
Well, we have a pretty big goal, Neil. We want to build 200,000 homes in 10 years. So it's a pretty big stake to get into, but we think it's worthwhile in Canada. The missing middle is a unique spot in the industry. As you know, you're a broker. People have just been priced out of the market, and it's not fair to Canadians. I'm 47 years old, and I remember I could buy a house for $250,000 15 years ago. That was a stepping stone. You went from rent, you bought your first home at $250,000, and then 5 years later, you sold it, and you kept on moving up. It's not there anymore for the missing middle. So there's another guy on our team too. His name's Phil. He couldn't be with us tonight, but he's another founder, and Chris. And we said, well, how can we help people? How can we do this? How can we put our brains together as tradesmen and as construction guys and go, how can we solve this problem? And this is how Neighbours Foundation came to be, and we're just working hard to make it happen.
So what would be the price range that you're targeting?
Price range we're targeting is between $275 and $450 thousand.
Okay.
So
Hard to buy at that level.
it's almost impossible. Like there is homes, you know this, there is homes in the market that are 350, but you're going to have to put 100 to 200,000 into them. So
Yeah.
these are going to be new houses. That's our goal. This is the problem, is that most people only make 135,000 annual household income a year or less. So 80% of the population makes between 60,000 or 55,000 actually and 135,000. And you know, as a mortgage broker, that at 135,000, you're not getting much. You're getting maybe 500 to 550,000 on that price range.
Yep.
And that's it. So really 80% of the population is priced out of the market, and we're here to solve that problem.
And I'm going to assume that this is for home ownership. Are you also building rentals? Are you doing infill? What's the target?
Yeah, right now we got a couple things on the go. We're actually looking at some property down Niagara Way, and then we also have some property that we're looking up in Innisfil Way, Barrie, Innisfil. That's the actual subdivision. Home ownership, your own place with your backyard, maybe a townhouse, maybe a semi, maybe a full. These are slab on grade homes, nothing fancy. Like, our grandparents, they came to this country, they had nothing in their pockets, and they got a wartime home on the concession street in Hamilton, for $5,500. And really, they didn't have basements. They did, but these day and age, you don't need basements. So we're looking at about 1,000 to 1,500 square foot home, two bedroom, one bath, 2 and 3 2s. And then we'll have townhomes and also a rental program. So we're really keen on rent to own, where you can rent some of our units, and we'll teach you how to save, and we'll teach you how to get into one of our homes in the 5 to 10 years. So it's a saving program, educational as well.
So is this actually purchase, or is it so it's not a rent to own? This is an actual get in the market.
Get in the market. So we have get in the market, and then we have a rental program. So we're doing in GTA, we're going to be building 6-story or 4-story buildings, usually 1 to 2 bedroom, and they're strictly going to be affordable rentals. And then we also have some 6-plexes going up as well, and they're 2 2s, and they're strictly rental. But when you rent from us, we will teach you and we'll help you get into a house in that 5 to 10 year period.
So it's not only purchasing a home and providing housing, it's an educational and planning and actual savings program to eventually get into a home.
Correct.
That's really important, because you don't see a lot of that.
No, you don't see that at all. There is some programs out there. I've known some programs, but not too much. I think, Chris, you wanted to say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Jump in.
So what we found out when we started Neighbours Foundation, originally it was strictly to build homes and sell them to that missing middle. But we started realizing that a lot of people are paying so much in rent, they're having a difficult time saving up for a deposit. So what we realized is that by creating affordable rental will help fast track them to save up to be able to afford to buy one of our first houses. So we actually created the first stepping stone was to buy a house with us. And then we actually inserted another stepping stone to help get to us. Because what we realized is that right now, an average Canadian takes about 30 years to save up for their first house now. So what we've realized is that approximately about 30 years, they're in their mid 40s by the time they buy their first house. But what we've done is by getting our houses down to about $400,000, they can save up, say in the first 5 years, they can save up a down payment and then get into one of our houses, live in it for another 5, and they'll have obviously equity in that house if they want to sell it and get into that a little bit bigger house, right? They can get there in 10 years time versus 30 years. So basically shaved off about 20 years off the timeline now.
It's amazing, because in our day, my day, I'm older than you guys, but you bought a house and then you paid it off in 30 years. You didn't spend 30 years saving up for a down payment. And that is the biggest commentary, I think, on our housing crisis, more than anything else to me, anyways. It's fascinating. That sounds really, really good. And so what I'm understanding is that your homes are really very wonderful homes. They're not going to be the biggest home in the world, but you get in the market, they'll be comfortable. I'm going to assume that they're going to be in nice neighborhoods, and you have a couple of bedrooms, and you'll be able to come home from work and look around and say, I own this. And for those who aren't ready, they get to start in a rental program that will lead them to home ownership.
Correct.
Excellent. Wonderful, guys.
We also, our communities are just not like, this is where the foundation really will strive, is that we want to build communities. We don't want to just build homes. So with the communities, we want to have those, you want to barbecue in the back. Great. You can have your friends, people from the streets, but who do you really have over at your house? You have family. And so you might have aging parents. You might have, uncles or aunts, but this is going to be a community that they all can live. We also have retirement communities that we're going to have inside of these communities, so that the grandkids don't have to, travel 20 minutes to go see their grandparents. They'll be in the community with you. And so we'll have a community center. We'll have programs that you can do in the community center. It's going to be, I know as a kid, we had 30 kids living on my street when I grew up. We played road hockey, we played capture the flag, we played hide and seek, we played baseball in the field. And those kids that I knew, I still know some of them today. And those are the memories that I have. You go into community right now, you don't see that. You see nobody. Nobody knows their neighbors. Nobody. As Canadians, we have lost our culture, and our culture was our community. And our community, we want to bring that back. As Canadians, we want to bring back that culture. And that's why our communities will be just not a place to have a house and you're by yourself, but everyone will be together.
So guys, this is really good, and I salute you for this. Let's drill down with the questions that every developer faces. And it simply is, where are you in the process? Have you secured land? Are you in permitting stage? Do you have drawings? Explain to me where you are right now.
I'll go with the land right now. Land is a problem in this country. We have the second most amount of land in the world, and we have our land in the GTA and in Southern Ontario is the most expensive. And we are having trouble finding land at a proper price. So there's lots of land out there, but people are wanting a little bit too much to make it happen. So we do have two that we are talking to very well, and they are coming online very quickly, and they're getting to see, once you talk to people and talk to these landowners, some of them will be like, no, but some of them really get it. And they go, yeah, I can do that. So we're having a good success on that. We have two that are kind of in the pipeline. Those two, we probably won't build on those for about 2.5 years. But that's okay, because we're going to be in a recession for 2.5 years, and we're not going to be coming out of it really for 12 years. And all of us know this is 1989 all over again. We don't want to be down, but this is the reality that we live in. So we're in a good spot where we can get these homes built. So when the market does start increasing a bit, they're going to be able to get those homes at those prices.
So let's continue in that line. And Chris, of course, jump in at any time. Yeah. So you may have secured a couple of pieces of property. How big is that property? Like, how many houses do you see yourself starting off with?
One in Niagara Falls, Fort Erie Way. That one will probably be around 2,200 to 3,000. It depends on what we put in there. We're looking at a retirement community, which we could get higher amounts in. If it's just the townhouses and singles and a couple of low-rise, you're looking at about 2,200 for that one. We have one up in Innisfil that we can probably get about 1,600 in on that one, with a mixed bag as well of semis, singles, and towns. So right now, in 2 years when we start going, that year will probably be about 5,000. But then our rental program, we're looking to really ramp that one up, because that's a little bit quicker to do, and we're probably going to be in about 5 years have about I'd say about 3,000 to 7,000 rentals. So we're talking in the first 5 years, you're going to have maybe 10,000 homes. But that's just right now. Once we get one going, we just keep going. Like, we have a team that is going to build. We have, we're trying to use new technology to build quicker.
Terrific. This is good. Chris, let me ask you. So you've got a couple of pieces of property that you may be able to get a hold of. I'm only asking this question because I'm so fascinated. I'm many years ago, I was a trained fundraiser. That's what I did charitably. So I look at your business is structured as a foundation. That tells me that you're looking for not investors, but donations. Like, I'm looking at how you're going to secure the land, pay for it, and then we all know it'll take all those years just to get the permits anyways with our slow system, but that costs a lot of money. So take us further into this.
So when it comes to the fundraising, we teamed up with a guy, his name's Phil. And so he's associated with Mark Wahlberg. He's doing all our fundraising for us. And basically all we're waiting for is once we pen one deal with one of these landowners and we can put an address to it, we'll start pushing the fundraising. So that's what we're waiting for right now. Probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll have something, and then start looking for us on social media and Phil.
So tell me a little more about the fundraising. First of all, so in securing this land, you already have some money in the organization to purchase, or it'll all be based on when this gentleman starts getting the fundraising done?
It will be a joint venture with the landowners. So they own the land, we come in as a joint venture. So we're the active partner. They have to they see what we want to do, we tell them what we're doing, and all of them are okay. Let's do a joint venture. I have the land and the capital. Let's do this. Most of these guys don't want to. It's the construction industry is kind of dead for home building. So these guys still want to build, but they need a new platform to do it in, and we are that platform. So we are coming in with a new idea, with a fresh idea that's not new. It's been around for a long time, and it's called attainable housing. The housing market that we've known has gone kind of out of control, and we're trying to rein it back in a bit. And so these landowners see this, and they want to play ball with us. So with the fundraising too, that's one aspect. We are looking for corporate sponsors as well, like any nonprofit and any charity. We're not charity, but we're nonprofit, but we want to, anybody, we can still give you the tax receipt as a corporate donation. So that's what we're looking for. So that will go to the project, and that will help it. We have a different structure. It's not just a nonprofit. We also have how we structure it is that we have like 3 in 1. So I can't get into it too much because it's kind of priority to us. So, but yes, it's a way that the nonprofit can work with a profit, and we can work it so that everybody wins, and that's what we want.
Okay, and it's very interesting. So, Chris, if the fundraiser goes to someone, and I do not mean this to be disrespectful at all. Yep. I think that this is amazing. But what kind of donation are you looking for? I'm sure that you're not going to take a $10 donation.
So we do have on our platform, you can go online, we go on our website, you can see that there is a way of donating to us, and it can go as low, I believe, $10. But we're like, as we do our fundraisers, we're looking at doing like special events with like dinners, and we sell like, per table. You would come in and we'd have entertainment that night, and that way to bring awareness to us. Number 2, if you go on and you want to register for one of these homes, you go on our platform. Okay, so it's still $100. You go on, you register for one of the homes. You have to fill out, there's some criteria to actually be able to buy one of our homes. So you can only buy one home. You can't have multiple homes. So it's just to help the missing middle families. You have to range between 55,000 and 170, I think is the cap, is the highest you can be. Yeah. So as long as you're within that, within your household, you can get one of our homes. So that's helping to raise funds as well as they register for the homes.
So what you're saying, just so I understand, is a person makes the donations, but it's towards a particular unit in the
Well, it's
development,
just
a particular home,
it's a
or
register to buy one of our homes. Yeah. So this is where we're kind of like
so the
formed.
donors are buying it.
Yeah, they can buy it. Like these, like say you want to buy one of the neighbors' homes, you'd hop on our platform and you'd be put on this list, and that's how you buy one of the homes. So it just helps like weed through the clients to see who can buy one or not.
It gives us a good database to have for that too, so people can go on. There's lots of questions that's there, like how much do you make? What do you do for work? Are you saving for a home? Do you know how to save for a home? If you don't know how to save for a home, we have an education program that can help you. And then it's $100 so that when we have homes to be sold, you will be notified. And the area, you'll be notified if it's in your area or if it's or any area, we'll tell you. And then you're basically the first ones that have access to those homes.
Ah, now it's connecting. Now I'm understanding. So they're putting the money in. It gives them first mover advantage, if you will. It helps you to have the seed money to do things, and it's a great partnership then at that point.
Correct. And then they'll get newsletters as we get in the project. We'll have pictures, we'll have this, we'll have that on the website. They'll get, because we have your email now, so now you'll get an email that says, hey, we're this far into this project, pre-sales are going to start at this day at this time, and then you'll be on a list. So if you don't have to wait in line, you just come, and then it's first come first serve, but you'll be the first to know that you can buy these homes instead of going to the general public.
Now I understand. Now I understand. I'm glad that you explained it. So the thing is, and that's why I'm wanting to clarify for everybody who might find this of interest, because it is a different approach. You're not necessarily putting down a down payment at tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're buying a position to be able to do that first.
Correct.
When the time is right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
That is correct.
Okay. And being a foundation, yes, if it's a corporation doing that, then you can give a corporate receipt. An individual can't really get a receipt. So it's not a charitable donation. But then based on that answer, is it correct that a corporation or real estate corporation could come in and buy 100 houses from you up front? Position 100. Position. So this is for individual people.
Yeah.
One per family.
One per family. Okay.
One per 18-year-old. But if you have so it just, you can't come and buy 10 up, because that's what happened with the market. The market happened when these investors, real estate people, brokerage, sorry Neil, brokerages, and they went in for friends and family, and they said, oh, we'll buy 10. And then they bought 10, and then that price went up to the next point, and then the next point. And then when the general public went in there, they couldn't buy anything.
So what this is doing is protecting the buyers by buying one only, that allows you to get into the market that any other way you perhaps would not be able to get in at this point. Then you also have a program for those, maybe they still put their $100 down, but they go into a preparatory program, or talk a little more about that.
That'd be the educational program where we'll teach you how to actually save money. Different ways, you know this, Neil, how, you know, the rule of 7. Some people don't know how to save. Like in our school system, we are not taught to save. So we're gonna have a program that will teach people how to save money for a home. So that's one thing. Yeah. We have to educate the younger generation. If not,
it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And being a mortgage agent now for 16 years this year, I wish every grade 12 high school student was forced to take the mortgage course. Over years, this country would be so much better off financially. That's what you're trying to do, not the mortgage course, but give that deep education.
Correct. So we need people
Wow.
like you, Neil, to come and say, hey, if you need help, we'd love you to be a teacher. Do a little program,
Well,
put
Yeah.
it up. We'll put it up there. It's the whole. It's
Yeah.
not just us. We want everybody. It takes a nation to fix this problem. We need 5.5 million homes. If you want to really think about that, not just CBC talking points,
yeah.
5.5
Mhm.
million. We're talking about 2 pieces of land that we're looking at. It's about 300 acres, and we can put on maybe 4,000 homes. So if you start really thinking about the math, it's not just us. We need 20 more, 100 more like us to take on this
Mhm.
initiative and go out and build
Yeah.
these homes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're trying to create and educate like-minded people so that we can literally turn them into a community and then build the homes to become a community.
Correct.
If you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yep.
It's a different way. I wanted to ask you, can you succeed without government support? Where do
No,
they fit in?
no, we need government support as well.
Mm.
Unless we get a mass
Yeah.
amount of donations in and corporate donations, no, we're going to have to go try to get something from the government. Canada Homes is out there. We're going to try to go to see what we can get from Canada Homes. There's government grants. We're going to go for all of them. We're a nonprofit. We will try to get every one of them because the more money we get in,
Mhm.
Neil, the more money we can bring down the price. We're in it not to make that 300, 400,000 like the builders have been making. We're in it to make 50,000.
with a
50,000
with a high volume of
with a high
homes.
Yeah.
volume of homes.
Yeah.
Correct. And every
So
home that you sell at that 30 to 50,000 level, I can build 3 more because it just
Mhm.
goes that much farther when you're buying land. It just
okay.
yeah.
This is really, really interesting. Part of that imagination that we
Mhm.
were talking about a few minutes ago when we got started. Have you had a chance to talk to municipalities, CMHC? Had any talks or response or?
We have talked to them. Yeah, we have went to the cities now. There are certain cities, maybe because of budgets and so forth, they're willing to do a little bit more. Barrie was one that was willing to waive a lot for us. City Hamilton as well.
Good.
But there's other cities that maybe for every reason they can't wipe as much. Some are only at 25%. But either way, it helps. But then from there, we want to see what we can do on the federal level. Like we got to see Anna. And there's a little bit of process there. To be honest with you, when it comes to the government, they don't make it easy. There's a lot you have to go through to try to get. It's a lot. Like it's a big process. It doesn't take it's certain
There's a lot
projects
of
will
And
take
would
months to see what we can get, you know.
Well, it's really frustrating. Let's be honest. The permitting in
Mm,
this country takes way too
mm,
long. The opposition party of this country is that's what they're screaming about the most is that this
mhm,
country seems to do everything possible to slow down the process. And maybe they would open themselves up because you are going to need some real policy changes, I think, and permitting changes to carry this off in a timely fashion. Is that
mhm.
fair?
Yes.
Yes, it
The
is.
government needs to
Yeah.
redline it. Yeah. They
Mhm.
need to redline it.
So
They
I
need to
mean, so
push it forward, fast track it, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, sorry. I was just talk about the difference between the rental units and building homes. When it comes to the rental units, there are certain styles that if you build them, they're like fast tracked. So you'll get permits with them within like 3 months. But that's not the case when it comes to building subdivisions. It's a little different. So this, like, the country's on board, or Ontario's on board when it comes to the rentals, but yeah, not the subdivisions. That's where we're going to get a little bit of pushback. But we're hoping that with us being a nonprofit, I'm hoping they'll allow us to go a little bit faster than most. So,
And if you're a non-profit, because I know that people are going to ask this, why
mhm,
are you, the two of you and all these wonderful people involved with you,
yeah.
why are you doing it? How are you going to pay yourselves? How does that fit in?
Okay, so
Well,
we're a
yeah.
business just like any other business. So
Mhm.
so a nonprofit or a profit, you still have to pay employees. Now,
Correct.
we
Mhm.
don't get paid as much as a profitable business because we have, there is a certain only we can only take so much, but we do get paid. But that what I was also saying on the other side, we do have a profitable business. So the profitable business is really the development side of it. So they work in kind of unison. And CRA is okay with that. So that's where we really will make most of our money, but our goal is not to make what the builders were making in the last 25 years. Our goal is to build homes for people so they can start their lives, actually have a place to call home, and to come home from work and see their kids and have a family. People can't have families in this world. They don't even, some people don't even want to get married because they can't afford, and then they can't
Yeah.
afford to have kids. This is not, we're, unfortunately, we're dead as a country if we don't get these homes built, because no one's going to have kids anymore. No one's going to be,
Yep.
and so, yeah, we will take profit. There's no doubt that we will make some money on this, but it's not going to be on the backs of Canadians.
And let me say this. I asked the question because you have to have profit. I'm cheering you on because you can't have a company that fulfills what you guys may be able to do if you can't buy your own food. So
Mhm.
I'm looking for you to be profitable. I'm an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
You are trying to do something for the community, eventually make a profit at it, but be able to have operating and capital money so
Mhm.
you can get these houses built. I'm hoping that developers won't push back against you. I'm hoping some of them will come on and actually support you. And boy, what you're thinking of is really different. You are correct, though. In this country, we have more land than any other country in the world. We have the smartest people. We have the greatest natural resources. We should be the wealthiest country in the world. Politically, I hope we'll have change and we'll get that. But the market will need you guys even more when that happens. It's going to give people with dreams that chance. And I think that that's what you're trying to do with this.
Correct.
We are. Yeah.
Very good. Anything that I can't think of anything that could stop you from doing this. Can you?
No.
Um,
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't,
Good.
I think
Yeah.
I think all people will hear it and think it's, we haven't had any backlash. The only people I've actually got backlashes is on real estate agents.
And why?
Because they're too low. It's too
It's
low. The market, that's not what the market's giving you. The market's saying it's 600,000. They should be selling it for 600,000. It's like, no, I'm selling it for 450. And these people are going to have $150,000 equity right off the hop. But
Mhm.
guess what? These people
yeah.
aren't going to sell. They're not going to sell for 5 years because the bank's going to charge them to get out of that mortgage, and they got to pay you. So they're not going to,
Well,
150,000 is nothing in this economy. So,
I know a
Mhm.
I know a mortgage brokerage that might be interested.
hey, we'll take everybody. It will take a nation to do this. People talk
Yes,
and
it will.
people
Mhm.
talk and people
Mhm.
talk, and the politicians talk and the people talk. We have to get this, we have to get that, and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
We are three normal guys that just said, "We're let's try it. We have to try."
Mhm.
If we don't
Yeah.
try, nothing gets done. So
I
that's what we're doing. We're trying.
Oh, you gotta remember too, even for us, even the bigger builders, maybe at first they might be a little upset with us because their houses are much cheaper. But you can remember, if we can get them into that house within 5 to 10 years versus waiting 30 to buy like a Mattamy home, a Mars home, we got them there in 10. Then all of a sudden they're buying their house 10 years or 20 years sooner. They should be actually patting us on the back, right? Because right now
yeah,
it's like the market's
it
dead, right? So right now we're helping to inject
yep.
that, you know, people to buy again, and it'll get it rolling again. It'll get the engine running. Right now it's stalled, so we need to do something.
Well, I hope that you get all the support that you need. I think it's a great idea. I think that every single person should be going to your website, which we will post, which is called neighborsfoundation.ca. I'm glad to meet you, Chris. If you're anything
nice to meet you
like
too.
Andrew, you're great people, seriously. I've known Andrew and Christina. They have big dreams, but they have a habit of putting them to bed. They get them to work.
Yeah.
And I like that with everybody. We're just going to sign off in a minute, but is there any other thing that I can ask you to bring to the public's attention? Is there anything else you would want people to know?
Go to our website, register for a house, donate what you can. If you're a business or
Follow us on
a
Facebook.
corporate owner, follow us on Facebook.
Yeah. Instagram.
Get involved. Anything helps, you know, and even just, hey, what can I do to help? You know, nothing is too small, nothing is too great, and knowledge is power. So we're just, as I said before, we're just three guys trying to do it. We don't know everything. We don't know some of the pitfalls. We don't know some of the things. If you're a big builder, or if you guys thought about this or done this, we want to hear from you, because this is how it gets done. If Canadians help Canadians, we will be one of the richest countries in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And you're creating a group of like-minded people to help the country. That's what you're doing.
Correct.
Good for you. Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate you guys. I hope that you will keep on with this mission. Anything to help people buy homes nowadays and be comfortable and feel safe. Our country needs that right now, but it's going to take younger, fine minds like yourselves, and I mean that sincerely. And everybody, I encourage you to reach out to Chris, to Andrew, their partners. Go to the website. Again, we'll post it for you. If you have questions, ask your questions, but don't ignore this, because if this thing catches fire, and I think it will, then we can reduce dramatically over the next few years the disappointment that people have in not being able to buy a house. It's always said that a rising tide lifts all ships. And if we can get people thinking about the possibility, then the possibility will come alive. We believe that. So, Chris, Andrew, thanks for coming on to the Your Grey Matters podcast. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. If you found it interesting and you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you're ready to subscribe, click right here. And if you'd like to see another episode, click right here. Tell a friend. Send us comments. Thanks a lot.